Welcome back to the podcast. Today, I want to talk about self-care, and this might be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but the way most people are approaching self-care now is the very thing stopping them from getting their results and stopping them probably feeling the way they want to feel, right? Because self-care has become really twisted. Most people think self-care means eating whatever the fuck they want because they've earned it, or drinking their weekends away because they've had a stressful week, right? Or skipping the gym because they feel a little bit tired, or staying up late scrolling on social media, calling it me time, right? That isn't self-care. That's self-sabotage pretending to be self-care. All right, guys, real self-care is about giving a shit about yourself. Okay, it's exercising, it's eating good quality food the majority of the time, it's getting outside, going for a walk, getting consistent good quality sleep, right? It's doing the things that keep you moving forwards, even when they're not always like the most fun thing in the whole entire world, right? Don't get me wrong. Sometimes rest is self-care. Okay. Rest is a fundamental part of like your progression. It really, really is. Right. And sometimes you are genuinely fucked, and taking a step back is exactly what you need at that moment in time. But here's what I want you to remember, guys. Most people are really, really, really not overtraining. They are just under recovered from life, right? They're under recovered from work stress, shitty sleep, never like having not fueled their body properly in terms of good quality nutrition, right? Their brains are absolutely wired from spending hours on social media comparing themselves to other people online, right? They've got personal issues going on in their life, right? They are causing themselves a great deal of stress by breaking the promises that they gave to themselves every single week and starting again or trying to start again the following Monday. This is the sort of thing that's burning people out, okay? And going out on the weekend, every weekend, and drinking your weekends away. That's the thing. Not because you train 3, 5 times a week, right? Even if you did train really hard in those sessions, right? The thing that makes me smile as well is training and eating good quality food, sleeping well. That's actually going to give you energy. When you exercise and look after yourself consistently, you build more capacity for life, right? This is what a huge, huge part of fitness is. Like, I mean, that's how you progress in the gym, right? You learn how to handle more than you've handled before. And that's what makes you grow in the gym. That's what makes you grow more muscle. Fitness is about so much more than just what you stick on a bench press, right? It is about freedom, freedom to go through the day with high energy, right? Not get into 2 p.m. and absolutely crashing because you've had 27 coffees or whatever, right? The freedom to chase your dog about, go out with your friends, do an activity, right? Carry carry in the shopping, right? Play with your kids, whatever it may be, right? Knowing that whenever someone puts something in the group chat with your friends, you've got energy reserves in the tank to go and say yes, right? To deal with shit that gets thrown your way, right? Fitness helps you develop confidence within yourself and your capacity to deal with things, right? You build resilience through the tough times. Okay, you don't build resilience when shit's easy. You build resilience in the difficult times when you follow through and do the thing you say you're going to do, even when it's bloody hard, right? And this is where self-care really comes into the equation, right? Because people confuse self-care with like doing the thing that's comfortable, right? And it's a normal thing because the brain will always want to run away from threat towards reward, right? To what we deem as rewarding. Okay. And that might, in that moment, feel like it's lounging on the sofa, skipping the gym. They feel like, when they've had a hard week of work, they should be nailing a burger, right? Or whatever it may be. Okay. But it doesn't really make sense because these are the choices that are leaving you feeling worse, feeling more stressed, lacking more confidence, moving further and further and further away from your goals and you feeling the way that you want to feel. So it doesn't make any fucking sense, right? It absolutely doesn't make any sense. It's the very thing keeping you stuck. Sometimes self-care is the gym, it's training. Sometimes it is rest. Sometimes it is saying yes to going out for dinner or drinks with your friends, right? But it isn't saying fuck it every time you can't be bothered and you feel like there's a little bit of resistance. Okay. Proper self-care isn't just bubble baths and meditation or anything like that, right? It's not actually the soft, easy things. In fact, it's actually quite difficult to really care for yourself on a consistent basis, right? Because it is getting up early, going to the gym, making sure you're in bed on time to get enough sleep, okay? Doing things when you don't necessarily want to, right? It's watching one episode of Netflix instead of two, even though you're really enjoying the series. It's saying no to that extra piece of cheesecake, even though you desperately don't want to. And I can absolutely feel you there. I really, really can. And it comes down to like how we speak to ourselves about these things because we get in our heads that we're denying ourselves something. It's I can't have that, I'm not allowed that, whatever it may be. But that's not really it. It's we're allowing ourselves and saying yes to us achieving or moving forwards towards our goals, right? We're saying no to feeling how we want to the feeling of which we want to change, and yes to the new version of ourselves that we want to become. So sometimes you need to say no to the comfortable option and say yes to the difficult option. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it is going to be the let's go out, let's have a few drinks, to be with friends, whatever it may be. But a lot of the time, it's not, right? It's you having the 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 standards within yourself to up it's you upholding the standards within yourself to put your best foot forward, to really take care of you in a way that actually will take care of you, that will change the way that you feel, not that will put a plaster on a fucking stab wound that's pissing out blood, right? You are wanting to change your situation, which comes with change. Okay, so do the hard work now. It might not feel great in the moment, right? It might be hard to get up off that sofa, to put your shoes on, to get yourself into the gym, to cook the good quality meal. But when you get to pick the fruits of your labor, your future self will be unbelievably grateful that you did that. So, guys, I'm going to leave you there. I hope that hit the nail on the head. If you've got any questions, issues, give me a shout. Cheers.